I'm meteorologist Mason Willits with Miami Valley Weather. Well, it is fall. Obviously, we've been in fall for a while now, um, ever since September. And yes, we have had some cold days, really, but now we're into a warming trend, obviously, with temperatures as high as the mid to upper 70s and lows as low as sometimes in the 50s and sometimes 40s as well. Okay. So, and by the way, I apologize that I haven't done a video in a while. I've been kind of sick with a cold. So, but I am feeling much more better now. The cold is finally gone, thank God. And now I can get back to doing videos. So let's first of all do what we normally do, and that's head outside and check out the radar. So here is Storm Tracker right now. You can see we're all clear across the area, really. We're right now sitting, some spots we're sitting in the low to upper 70s, low to mid to upper 70s, really. So Darke County, parts of Darke County, 73, 75 up towards New Bremen, around New Bremen, really, into northwestern Shelby County and southern Auglaize County, 75 in Bellefontaine, 75 Vandalia, 73 in Cedarville, 75 also into Miamisburg, 77 in Hamilton, and then as warm as 77 as well down in Wilmington. And so we're going to remain in the 70s this evening. And that is pretty much what it is going to be. We are going to stay in the 70s, really. For the forecast, really, we're looking at partly to mostly cloudy skies from tonight into all the way to Tuesday, really. And then Wednesday of next week, looking at the chances for some morning time rain. So some chances for rain, especially in the morning hours. And then the rest of the week staying partly cloudy and mostly cloudy as well, with highs sometimes in this low to upper 60s. And then also the last part of the weekend and into Tuesday of next week remaining in the mid to upper 70s, and lows remaining as low as the low to mid 50s. Okay. So I'll be tracking the chances for rain on Wednesday of next week, especially in the morning time. So I will post a video about that. So but for right now, nothing new in the forecast, really, just a warming trend right now. But I know for a fact eventually one of these days we will be going back to being in cold time, and winter's right around the corner. So I will be making a lot more videos about the winter, really, and what we can expect. So far, the only thing I know about the winter, about this year's winter, and what we can expect from it are more than likely, obviously, a lot of winter storms. So a lot of that going on. Some ice storms possible. I can't rule it out completely, but I would say but we could see some blizzards, really, because this winter is pretty much going to be like a La Nina type of winter, okay? And there's a 75% increase in the chance of having a La Nina type of winter, okay? And I'll talk more about a La Nina in a later video. If you guys want me to do that, just leave a comment down below here on this video on YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube, really. So leave a comment down below if you want me to do a video about what a La Nina winter is and what all goes into it and stuff like that, and what is different about La Nina in terms of a normal winter, different from like a normal winter, really, we'll say. But also now is the time, while we're talking about winter, now is the time to also be preparing for winter and making sure you have your woodshed. If you have a woodshed, make sure it's filled with wood. Make sure you have a generator that is place that's installed properly on the outside of your house. In case if we do have power outages this winter, the generator, if you do have one, will be able to kick in. If you have a lantern, make sure that it is ready to go. Make sure that you have first aid on hand in case if you do lose power and you do become trapped during any kind of snowstorm or blizzard, really, or ice storm as well. Make sure you have a way to have first aid on hand and until help arrives. Always call 911 in the event that you have an emergency in terms of police, fire, or medical. Make sure that for those of you that might have a home security system on your house, and if it's monitored, make sure you test it monthly, okay? At least once every month, okay? Test it once every month to make sure that the sensors are working, make sure that the panel itself is working properly, and also to make sure that the communicator, whatever way that communicates, your alarm system communicates, making sure that that communicator is still working properly and that it's able to still send signals to the monitoring center in the event of an emergency, okay? So make sure you do that. All that. Make sure you have a winter survival kit ready to go with you in your car. Make sure you have one in your car, really, a winter survival kit. If you become stranded, do not leave if you do happen to be out traveling during a snowstorm, like a winter storm or a blizzard, and you become stranded, do not leave your vehicle. Instead, what you want to do is you want to run your vehicle 10 minutes per hour and crack a downwind window for ventilation, okay? So you don't suffocate, okay, from the gases of the car, okay? Make sure to also keep an extra food, an extra flashlight, food, water, an extra flashlight, food, and water in your vehicle in case of an emergency, really. Like I said, call 911 if you have an emergency. And always make sure that if you do lose power in your area, make sure to call your electric company and report the outage. That way they are aware. And just hang in there this winter. We'll get through it together. And that's pretty much it. So there's the forecast. There's what you need to be doing to prep for winter. Also, another thing, if you do use indoor heaters, such as kerosene heaters, make sure that those kerosene heaters are cleaned. Make sure that the wicks are cleaned and changed. Make sure that the wicks are either cleaned and or changed the way that they should be. Make sure that you have extra kerosene on hand to refill your kerosene heaters whenever they do run out of fuel. I recommend that you have at least 3 jugs of kerosene, 3 large jugs of kerosene ready to go outside. Never put any kerosene indoors, because that could lead to a possible fire hazard. Always leave extra kerosene outdoors. But make sure you have at least 3 jugs of kerosene on hand ready to go to fill your kerosene heaters up. Make sure that they are accessible. Make sure that there are no problems with it as well. And always make sure you have an extra wick on hand for every kerosene heater you have, in case if you need to ever change it, or in case if the wick goes bad during an emergency situation, okay? So that is it for this video. Just stay tuned to Miami Valley Weather, and more videos will come soon as we move forward. Until then, talk to you guys next time, and bye for now. Bye.